Hello, you guys, and welcome back to another episode of Crypto News with Julie Kennis. I'm your host, Julie Kennis. As always, this show is powered by the Gokhshtein News Network. Thank you all for tuning in today. Hold on, I'm sharing it out. Come join us, everyone. We are over on the YouTube. We are over on the X. You guys, I am at 2 monumental numbers, okay? I am just shy of 15,000 on X, and I am just shy of 1,500 on YouTube. So I need 3 people from X to go to YouTube and smash subscribe. That's it, just 3. If 3 of you go do that, then I will be at 1,500. I don't know how many more I need on X to hit the 15,000. I feel like it's taking me forever to hit 15,000 on X, but the majority of people are over on X. So if you're on X, come join me over on the tube, along with the rest of my beautiful friends who are here today. I see Dreamer was here. I see we have Mike Volmer in the chat. I see we're missing Piece of My Mind. Where are you, Piece of My Mind? John Legend, the legend, you were number 3. Hello, Po Man, how are you? Black Cat team, good to see you, good to see you. Hope everyone's having a great start to their day. I posted a video earlier today. Beautiful video earlier. Thank you. I always posted a video earlier today. You guys, I have trauma. I have PTSD from what I went through with my daughter for what I'm showing in the video is a month-long stay of us in the hospital from unknowing what the diagnosis was to her treatment and us being discharged. But as you guys know here on the channel, she's been sick since 2020, and I'm scared to watch the video earlier. I might cry. Yeah, it's tough to watch. It is tough to watch, but she is doing so phenomenal. So because initially she was having hundreds of seizures are what got us into the hospital. And then then the next year it went down to 50 and then 20. And so this year we're currently at 6 for the year. She's had 6 seizures this year. So she's not controlled still. It's been a long time. Contemplated posting the video because there is some graphic stuff in there. But I wanted to share it because encephalitis is a rare disease and there's not a lot of information on it. There's just not. And then everything that's out there on it is all from the medical professional side. They don't tell you or give you a whole picture synopsis of what it's actually like. But when you watch it, and if you guys haven't watched it, I'll just give a little spoiler alert. While she was extremely, extremely sick, the hospital actually discharged her in the middle of being extremely sick. And I take her home and I have a couple of videos at home and I'm and she's literally, you see her in the same outfit at the hospital. She gets discharged. I take her home. She's in the same outfit, same day, and she's having all of these issues. And it's what was the hospital even thinking discharging her? There's so much that when I watch that back, I realize when your health is on the line, you have to go to the best hospital. And I'm not talking best hospital in your area. I'm talking the best hospital because initially I was here in Bakersfield when she was receiving treatment. Then from Bakersfield, they had an ambulance transport her to Fresno to Valley Children's. And then at Valley Children's is where she received the treatment. But Valley Children's is also the hospital that discharged her in the middle of her being really, really, really sick. And so I ended up getting some animosity towards Valley Children's because of how they handled my daughter when she was really sick. And then after the treatment, they just kind of sent us on our way and, yeah, it's bad, but it'll get better type thing. And I just thought, I feel like you guys just aren't doing enough. And so I made the decision to not take her to Valley Children's anymore and to drive her 4 hours away to San Jose to Stanford. Because I'm Stanford's going to have the best hospital, right? Like everyone in tech is up in the Bay Area. They're up in Silicon Valley, which is San Jose. Stanford is going to be the best hospital. And so I just didn't even ask permission. I didn't ask my insurance. I didn't call and ask the hospital. I put my daughter in the car and we drove, and I checked into the emergency room. And in the emergency room, I was like, here is my daughter. She's been really sick for the last month. Here's what they said at Valley Children's. I need you to take her. And they did. They did. That was all I had to do. And insurance ended up working it out. It was all fine. The hospital actually worked to get it all approved through insurance. So I didn't even need to do any of that. Hello, Melissa over on X. Thanks for joining us. So it was a big learning experience, but my important takeaway for everyone watching this is, number one, if your health is on the line and you are having a medical emergency, you were healthy and then something major is happening, don't just go to your nearest hospital. You go to wherever you're going to get the best care that's in your area. Like if you can drive there, have someone fly you if you need to fly. There was a point in time where I contemplated flying. Mayo Clinic has a specialty like research area for encephalitis back in Wisconsin, but that's their only the pediatrics unit. So there was an adult one here in Phoenix. So if she was 18, I could have taken her to the one in Phoenix, but because she was technically a pediatric patient, I would need to get her all the way to Wisconsin. And getting my daughter on a plane in that condition just was not even possible. So now as an adult, she can go, well, she's almost an adult now. She'll turn 17 in November. So at 18, if she really wants to, she could start, maybe going to Phoenix and being seen by a specialty clinic that specializes in encephalitis. And the fact that we can't really get control of her epilepsy, I feel like it's attributed to the fact that she had encephalitis. It's not just, regular epilepsy that, somebody had epilepsy as a child and they outgrow it, or something like that. Hers is, she had something going on with her brain, and that's what caused her to have the seizures. The fact that all the doctors just kept writing off all the seizures as, it's epilepsy. Nobody thought to think of this rare brain disease. So insurance also majorly failed us because for 6 weeks, insurance wanted, I don't know if it was insurance or the hospital, but they wanted to run all these different tests. And so they wanted to do process of elimination. And so it took about a month to do all of the testing and everything for them to finally go, there's no positive or negative test for encephalitis. It's just an assumed diagnosis. So it's like, everything else was negative, so we're going to assume it's this. So really weird thing. There's a movie, one Hollywood movie's been done on it. It's called Brain on Fire. For me, I watched the movie and it did not do any sort of justice for what the disease was actually like. The disease was crazy. At this point of everything she's dealing with from encephalitis. Yeah, everything that she's dealing with medically right now is from encephalitis. Yes, and the tests equal money. So, one of the things was, I remember one of the last things they wanted to do is they wanted to scan her ovaries, because if a woman has a tumor on her ovary, it can cause them to have seizures. So I'm like, why are we over here just all of the different scans and everything that they were doing? It was a whole lot of racking up a hospital bill for an assumed diagnosis. And then the treatment was so simple. So here's what also made me mad. the treatment they come to me on a Thursday and they say, okay, it's autoimmune encephalitis, and the treatment will be IVIG and steroids. But it's a long weekend, and so we cannot do the lumbar puncture to confirm or start treatment until Monday. So the doctors all packed up and left, and we were just left in ICU Friday, Saturday, Sunday till Monday morning. And so my daughter's brain was literally like, the fact that they just left her there that long made me very mad. So I remember at a certain point talking to an attorney and wondering if there was anything that could be done, because I felt like there should have been more to be done in terms of getting her help quickly. You see a child is deteriorating rapidly. She went from singing and dancing to I can't get words out. And you're going to tell me, sorry, but we can't, we know what's wrong with her. We know what we need to do for treatment, but it's going to be 4 days until we can actually do the treatment. So for that long, my daughter was just continuing to deteriorate. And this is like, she could have lost the ability to walk. They had stuck us in ICU and wanted to intubate her. And I remember when I went over and took the picture of like the intubation stuff that they had literally sitting there on the counter. They were ready to just put her in a medically induced coma. But God bless the nurse. There was a night nurse, a man who came in, and he just he's like an angel. I wish I could go like tell that man thank you. But he saw my daughter had The Office on, and he saw The Office. I love The Office. And she just perked right up, and she couldn't hardly get any words out, but he was still talking to her like she was normal. And that like helped her. He's like, no, she's not that bad. I don't think we need to put her in a medically induced coma. Before that, she had been crying for like 6 hours straight. Get me out of here. Get me out of here. I want it to stop. I want it to stop. Get me out of here. And I'm just like, there's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do. You're just stuck there. And I got very mad at Valley Children's. So that's my local hospital. They're on TV all the time. If I go through the drive-through at, like Panda Express, hey, do you want to round up for $1 for Valley Children's? I get so mad. I'm like, no. No. And it's terrible, but I'm like, I'm mad. I'm mad at those people because they're literally going to just, it's a long weekend and we want to celebrate Labor Day. So we're going to see you on Monday, and sorry that you're stuck here all weekend in ICU, and we might need to intubate your daughter, and we might need to have you in a medically induced coma. But we've got pools to float in and beers to drink and barbecue meat to grill. And what the hell? What the hell, you guys? Blocky, thanks for popping in. It's okay if you're stuck at work. So it's a whole gamut of emotions that I have when I go through that all over again. Reliving it, but putting those videos together. Initially, I wasn't a content creator at the time, but the neurologist wanted to be able to see what was going on with her. Like, cause I would tell her like, well, she kind of keeps looking to the side. And so they were thinking, so they wanted to see like what the seizure looked like, how her movements were, what was going on with her. So I ended up just recording everything, and I ended up with all this footage. I'm like, I could make a freaking movie out of all of this. Like, there's so much to it. But at the end of the day, autoimmune encephalitis is a really rare disease that mostly affects little girls. If you look it up, it mostly affects little girls. It will affect little boys, but then it also occurs in the elderly. And unfortunately, when it happens to an elderly person, they do not recover well. And it has encephalitis in general, because it's swelling of the brain, has a mortality rate. The relapse of it is actually like 30%. So if you have it once, you have the 30% chance you can have it again. And so, but the older you are, if you get this disease, you can't recover from it the same way a child can. And like, look at my daughter. It's 6 years later and she's still suffering the effects of it. And so it's just one of the things where I'm like, okay, if I put this piece of content out and people see or at least aware of what this is, then maybe they can push a little more. Because if you're like me and you're like, I'm in Bakersfield, okay, that's BFE, you know, nobody knows where that is. Well, your hospitals aren't great. And so you're going to be deteriorating while people don't know what to do with you because the doctors aren't equipped. And so get yourself to the best hospital in your area. It's worth it to do a 2-hour drive. It just is worth it. It's worth it to do a 4-hour drive. If you knew that your brain was going to be impacted and the rest of your life was going to be contingent on you delaying treatment, do you want to like mess around with the local hospital, or do you want to go to somewhere like Stanford where they're actually going to know what the heck to do with you? So Stanford, by the way, they have adjusted Amelia's medication. And since they've adjusted it, she's only had one major tonic-clonic seizure. So they've all been just very minor. So I am super hopeful that we will be on top of this. And that's another reason why I'm okay putting it out there. I'm putting it out there, you guys. So, all right, we've got freaking 40 of you over here watching. If you guys are on X, go join me over on YouTube. I'm trying to get to 1,500. Last I looked, I was like 3 away. And I really don't want to have to do a subathon, guys, because that's really hard on my voice. I can't do it. So I'm still 3 away. So hop over there, smash subscribe, smash it, smash it, smash it. All right, guys, we do have a fun show to get into for today. But before we get started, let's take a listen and a word from our sponsors.
Social media taught us how to post, scroll, and react, but not always how to truly remember. Our most meaningful memories are everywhere, hidden in camera rolls, old messages, voice notes, and forgotten folders. Personas brings those memories together, creating a living memory profile you can keep adding to as life goes on. Photos, voice clips, videos, and personal stories become the foundation of a personas, built from real memories. The people who know you best can add the moments only they remember. Stories, photos, voice notes, and milestones. With memory requests, nothing is added without approval. Every story is reviewed, accepted, and preserved with care. Personas is different by design, not built for attention, but built for meaning, connection, and legacy. It is not about replacing someone. It is about preserving the voice, wisdom, and love they chose to leave behind. A personas can grow through every chapter, from childhood to family to future generations, still adding to the story. This is Personas, a new way to share who we are, remember who we love, and keep stories connected. Personas, built for memories, designed for connections.
Who we love. I just noticed that. Hello, Derp. Welcome in the chat. Good to see you joining us. We were just listening to a word from our people over at Personas. They have put together a fun new dynamic social media network where we were playing with my Personas over the weekend. We went over and visited Zach and we made him say some things. Luckily, Zach, thank you, Zach, for having a good humor about it. And the cuckery we were talking about. It was a good time, you guys. But Personas is fun. You can check out Personas at personas.com. There is a link in the description of today's show. So, all right, you guys. But we do have a great and hot day in the market because we did have a breaking CPI inflation report saying that it has fallen 3.5%, which is below expectations. But the core CPI inflation falling is a positive move for the overall market as Bitcoin has had a little bit of a bump. So let's go ahead and dive into the crypto charts. Guys, I don't know. I'm drinking my water too fast. It's hot here. My voice is scratchy. What am I going to do? I need an assistant to bring me water. My only assistant, though, I'm going to show you my My only assistant. He loves working for me. I swear. It's Pepe. He loves me. He loves me. He's my sad frog. All right, guys, we are taking a look here at the Bitcoin chart. Although we were down yesterday, we have a positive day today. Bitcoin up 3.5%. We can see money flow in the green on our market cipher B line. That is right. The rest of the market is going with it, but it looks like gold is having a little pump. Silver is having a pump. Ethereum, everything pumping. We like to see it. In addition to that, you guys, there is a potential. Well, we had been talking of the Fed doing a rate hike. It was at 40%. Since this latest CPI report has come out, it has dropped below 13%. So this is actually super bullish for the overall market. So we can see here money flow in the green on our market cipher B line. They are the sponsor on today's show. So shout out to them. This is just hot, guys. It's hot. And this is why I said on the last show that we have to start looking at positions to DCAing. Do I think that overall we're going to have another pullback? Probably, but we have to look at our entry points, So let's move on. Ethereum is currently trading at $18.75. So it is up $100 per Ethereum. Solana is up only 3% on the daily, trading at $77. But yeah, our big gainer for today, looking like Ethereum, almost 6%. I feel like everybody's getting bullish on ETH again. Do you guys feel that? I feel that. I feel like everybody's getting bullish on ETH again. I need my assistant to go get me some water, you guys. All right, Chainlink, take a look at that. Finally made it back above $8, $8.28. Also at 5% gain today. And XRP, we got angel numbers, trading at $1.11. And Sui is trading at 75, almost 76 cents. So there you have it, you guys. The market is looking hot. Things are looking good. The Fed is saying that they will potentially not raise the rate. You guys, we need rate cuts. We need to stimulate the market. Now, CPI, it's all about inflation. And when inflation is high, then they can't cut the rates. So we need the rates to be cut. Cut the rates. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and get into some breaking news. All right. Looks like Anchorage Digital expands Tron support with institutional TRX staking. I love Tron, you guys. Institutions can now stake Tron's native token directly from Anchorage custodial platform as the company expands support to one of the largest USDT settlement networks. So digital asset custodial Anchorage Digital has added native Tron staking for institutional clients, expanding its support from the Tron blockchain as demanded for regulated access to staking services grows. So this is interesting, and why I want to talk about this is because right now, whenever there is sell pressure from the retail side, then the institutions have to sell it. But if they have it staked, if they have at least a portion of it staked, it's going to help level out the price. Because here's what it felt like. We had all of the institutional money come in when prices were at rock bottom, and everybody was speculating, are they going to come? Are the ETFs coming? Are the ETFs coming? So they bought in super low. ETFs go live, and now the price gets inflated more. So then retail gets in and they buy in. And so by the time the price comes down a little bit, retail's upside down. They're scared, but institutional investors are still hugely up. And so they sell when retail sells. They're capturing profit. Retail's capturing a loss. But at the end of the day, them staking is actually a good thing overall. So the launch expands Anchorage support from Tron after introducing institutional custody for TRX, the network's native token, earlier this year. Clients can now stake TRX directly from the company's custody platform or self-custody wallet, allowing them to earn protocol rewards and helping them secure the blockchain without moving assets outside of their existing custody environment. Anchorage said that the expansion reflects growing institutional interest in the Tron ecosystem, one of the largest networks for USDT settlement. According to the company, Tron processed roughly $2 trillion in USDT transfers during the first quarter of 2026, while the average of 10.9 million in daily transactions and 3.2 million in active addresses. This is just a sign of the bear market. This is why we have all of these. I'm like, I want to go check it out, but I don't want my ADD to get in. Anyway, stable coins have been dominating this market cycle because of the fact that we're in a bear market. I like that because that means people are actually understanding how market cycles work and they're using it to their advantage, which is a good thing. So that's why USDT is having so much movement on it. All right, moving on. UK government defers capital gains on certain crypto with no gain, no loss approach. Let's dive into it. The change in tax policy expected to affect about 700,000 people in the UK is tied to the disposal of crypto and lending and liquidity pools. So UK's tax authority plans to treat certain disposals related to cryptocurrency lending and liquidity pools such as transactions that would effectively defer the country's capital gain requirement. In a Monday announcement said starting April 6 of 2027, it would adopt a no gain, no loss approach to disposal involving crypto loans and liquidity pools. According to the tax authority, this measure would defer capital gains tax on digital assets until economic disposal. The measure will support fairness in the tax system, said the UK tax authority. It aligns the tax treatment more closely with the economics of these arrangements by ensuring that gains and losses are generally recognized only when the participant makes an economic disposal of the crypto assets. So the measure is expected to impact about 700,000 individuals and trustees and would represent a significant change from the authority's 2022 guidance on crypto liquidity pools and lending following a consultation period. So something positive to see there on the UK side. Let's see. Will ETH reach 200K? Or 200,000? Not 200,000. I can't read right now, you guys. Will it reach 2,000? I bet Tom Lee wishes it would hit 200,000. ETH will hit 2,000. It has to. It absolutely has to. And I'm not just saying that because I have Ethereum bags. So, okay, let's move on to the next story. So JCB signs a Circle MOU to test stablecoin payments in Japan. So we've got more stablecoin news. The companies will explore using USDC for JCB's cross-border treasury operations and merchant payments in Japan as regulated stablecoin adoption gains momentum. So Japan's largest domestic partner, JCB, has signed a memo of understanding with Circle to explore using USDC for cross-border payments and merchant transactions. Under the MOU, companies will initially explore using USDCs for JCB's internal cross-border fund transfer through proof of concept, while also evaluating stablecoin payments at merchants in Japan for international visitors. The company said they will also assess technologies that support interoperability across multiple blockchain networks. The agreement builds on a separate initiative JCB launched in January with Digital Garage and Rezona Holdings as a test stablecoin payment at physical stores in Japan. The project focuses on identifying technological and operational challenges to bringing stablecoin payments to domestic merchants. Beyond the initial proof of concept, JCB and Circle said they will evaluate additional applications for stablecoin infrastructure aimed at cross-border payment and merchant services, though they did not provide a timeline for commercial deployment. USDC is the world's second largest stablecoin by market capitalization, with circulating supply of about 73 billion, behind Tether's USDT at roughly 184 billion, according to DeFi Llama. You guys, I will not tell you why, but I like USDC over USDT. But I have my reasons. So there you have it. If you guys don't know, then yeah, you could do a little bit of research. On our friends over at USDT and see how you feel. I will use it if it's like there and it's the easier settlement layer. But if I have the option, I'm going to go USDC every time. So you can help me in making USDC a little more popular because, you know, we don't like, you know, Illuminati, pedo people. So we try and stay away from that. So yeah. Now I've said too much, and now YouTube's gonna be mad at me again because I say things that I shouldn't say all the time on this channel. I upload stuff I shouldn't upload. Is it traumatizing content? Yes, let's upload it. Are you taking someone's song that's probably copyrighted? Yes, let's upload it. Did you steal someone else's piece of artwork for your thumbnail? Yes, let's upload it. I don't know, you guys. You either love me or you hate me, but it is what it is. You guys, there's 58 of you watching this show. Thank you all for tuning in. I go live every day at 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, sometimes on the weekend. Sometimes I put out other content as well. But if you can, smash a subscribe if you're new here. I would love to catch you on the next live stream and help me get to 1,500. Thank you all for tuning in. I will catch you all on the next one. Bye-bye.